Hello, welcome to a short tutorial on how to use XR's communication platform called Mattermost. The platform can be a bit confusing, so this video will be a quick guide on how to get started. The video will be divided in 3 parts. Part 1, how to create an account and join the correct channels. Part 2, explaining the interface. Part 3, common etiquette and some tips and tricks. So let's start off with part 1, creating the account. You're asked to fill in your email address, pick a username and a password. You can pick anything for username. Maybe you could do your first name with where you're from, Utrecht, Amsterdam. I would not do your first and last name though. Mattermost will then send you a link to your email address, which you have to verify, after which you can log in into your account. And if you're logged in, you will get a short tutorial on how to use Mattermost, but mostly it's important that they have apps for various platforms. After clicking through a few buttons, you are now in the main screen. You can always access the Mattermost platform by typing organize.earth in the URL bar, hitting enter, and you're now in Mattermost. Mattermost is a platform designed for sharing information and not for in-depth discussions. If you want to have and participate in in-depth discussions, it's better to go to base.extinctionrebellion.nl. Mattermost is built upon having different teams. So as you can see in the top left, we have now joined the XR Netherlands Mattermost. This is a very big team because it has a lot of people because it's from the whole of the Netherlands. Next to the Netherlands Mattermost, there are also local groups. You can join them by clicking on the main menu, clicking join another team, and then searching whichever XR division you're from. Deventer, in my case, it would be Utrecht. On the left side, you can now switch between the 2 different teams of Netherlands and Utrecht. And that brings us to part 2 of this Mattermost tutorial, the interface. Mattermost consists of different teams, as I've just explained, but within these teams there are different channels. You have public channels, which anyone can join, private channels, you need to be invited, or direct messages. Let's start with the first one, the public channels. By clicking the More button, we can join any type of channel which there is. But there are a lot of ones, so you can take your time to look through them and see which ones interest you. But let's suppose we know we want to join the legal circle because we are a lawyer or we would like to know more about being arrested. We join the legal circle. Now that you have joined the channel, you can read what has previously been discussed. And in general, a channel is a place for a certain group of people to discuss their topic, in this case the legal circle. In a Mattermost channel, there's often very useful information hidden in the channel header. This header you can access via clicking on the title of the channel and then clicking View Info. Once you're here, you can read the header which says regular meetings every 2 weeks on Wednesday evening. Furthermore, if you would have any questions, you can just feel free to write your own message. Hello, I am making a video. You can then use this to chat in the channel, ask questions, and try to get yourself involved. Some useful commands which you can use are @ and then typing the person's name. Then this person will be notified that you mentioned them. Or @all, which notifies everyone in the channel. However, you should be careful when using @all, because if you use it too often, people will get annoyed because it sends a message to them every single time someone uses @all. If you are getting a lot of unwanted notifications from a certain channel, you can click at the top and click Mute Channel. You can do the same for any other channel which you don't want to hear. Next to joining channels in the national team, it's also very important to join your local XR group. You can do the exact same process, click on More, search for a circle. Suppose we want to do outreach and training. And over there you have the exact same setup, but then on a local group. This means that you can attend a meeting, maybe it will be in the header, in this case not. Then you can always search for integrator and ask them where the next meeting will take place. You can do this by clicking on their name, send a message, and ask them a question. Any other questions you can always send to warm welcome. You can click on the plus on direct message, type in warm, and send warm welcome a message about Mattermost or XR. And that brings us to part 3 of this video, some tips and tricks. The first one is about email notifications. By default, these will be on. You can disable this, and I heavily recommend it by going to the main menu in the top left, account settings, the third tab, notifications, and then going to email notifications. turning them to never. You can have a look through the other settings because there are some interesting ones out there. The second tip I will give you is regarding productivity and having a better overview of Mattermost. If you go to a channel, let's say the legal circle again, but you don't want to read all of the conversation, you can go to the top here. This one will be pinned posts, and these posts will be the most important posts which have been posted. For example, this working session on the 31st of January, or some new subcircles. So this is an important way for the owners of the channel to show the members which messages are important, and it can save you a bunch of time. To keep the channels more orderly, you can directly reply to a message in the channel. If we close this one, suppose we have a reply to this message, we click on the right arrow, reply, and on the right side we'll get a message and we can say, this is a good idea. I hope you now know your way around Mattermost a bit better, but if you still have any questions, you can always ask Warm Welcome XR, and I hope to see you around in the movement.